Welcome to this episode of NTV Seeds of Gold. We are still in the land of milk and honey, and today we are on Cielo Eco Farm and Agribusiness Development Center.
Located in Busheng, the farm is a dynamic and innovative agricultural enterprise that specializes in apiary, cuniculture, free-range poultry, fish farming, and zero-graze cattle keeping.
If it's about poultry, we have low-cost structures. We have low-cost dairy units.
There's a component of agripreneurship. I realized that it's actually a very good venture for us as youth.
We normally get tourists.
Cielo Eco Farm and Agribusiness Development Center operates on a low-cost model dubbed the Diversified Farming Model that prioritizes sustainability and efficient use of resources.
We meet Ben, who will take us through a new development business model that will blow your mind. Ben, you're welcome on the show.
Thank you, Sheila.
So tell us about what's going on here and the new model that you've developed to encourage farming in the region.
Well, as you mentioned, Cielo Eco Farm and Agribusiness Development Center is a farming enterprise, but also linked to our hotel and also linked to agribusiness skilling. So it's a diversified business model of farming where we want to link the farming activity, the farming business with other businesses purposely to raise income levels from possibly low levels of investment. So
what are some of the enterprises on this farm?
Okay, we're quite diversified. We do have apiary, we have quite a number of beehives. We do have fish farming, quite a number of fish ponds as you can see them. We do dairy with a focus on zero grazing. We do poultry with a focus on native poultry, but it's also diversified in its own way with guinea fowls and others ducks for purposes of tourism. And we also have caniculture, which is the business of rearing rabbits. So those are the three main ones that we do have, but linked again to Cielo Country Inn, which is our hotel.
Okay.
Right.
So startup. When people hear farming, they want to hear how easy is it to start. For some, they would affiliate it to high costs, but that isn't the case here, is it?
Well, obviously it really depends the way you look at it. For us, our belief is that at every level, at the smallest bit of land, you can be able to do anything. So whether it becomes high cost or low cost depends on how you approach it. So here we took up a diversified business model with enterprises that do not require a lot of land and a lot of investment capital. As you'll notice in whatever we have here, we have low cost models. If it's about poultry, we have low-cost structures. If it's about dairy farming, we have low-cost dairy units. If it's about beehives, we are also going for low-cost. So it's really the way you approach it.
So you mentioned low-cost model. How low are we speaking? Give us specifics.
Right, Sheila. Specifics not in terms of money. I want to do with specifics in terms of people being able to use what is within their local environments. For example, if you look at our poultry units, we use timber offcuts other than go for metallic cages. When you go to the fish ponds, other than insist on buying on the market feeds, we try to mix on our own. We have young people who have been involved, for example, in making, black soldier flies. So we do, produce our own on the farm. When it comes, for example, to fertilizing our ponds, we use our own poultry manure. Things like that cut costs substantially.
So basically, when you're training people, you tell them that you can take advantage of what you already have instead of buying more.
Exactly, Sheila, and that's what happens on the farm here. If you producing waste, is there where you can manage it in such a way that you use it for fertilizing ponds, for feeding poultry, for anything else, other than go to the market for commercial feeds.
So basically nothing goes to waste here.
Exactly.
We have different products from different chains, from different value chains, which are organic.
Yes.
Yes, we have yellow-egged eggs, we have honey, good milk. All these things are good for our visitors, our guests.
And they're all served
Yes.
at the hotel.
Yes,
Okay.
they are served at the hotel. And we also produce biogas. This biogas has really helped us a lot to reduce costs. We don't buy charcoal. No, we bring things to be cooked here at the biogas.
Beyond producing high-quality organic products, Cielo Eco Farm also serves as a training center for young people interested in learning about farming and agribusiness. The firm's commitment to empowering youth with practical skills and knowledge in agriculture makes it an excellent example of a socially responsible business.
When you mention diversified, it sounds like a big job. There's so much going on. Do we have partners with working with you on this, or is this just you being a hero to all?
Oh, nice question. First, I think this is a business. We treat it as a business, so we don't want to depend so much on others, because if we do that, we lose, the business sense of the business, if I may say. But there are elements where we need the other stakeholders, particularly, for example, in skilling. We do work a lot with AVSI Foundation, which has a very good program skilling youth for employment purposes. So we work with them quite often, training quite a number of youth. Other than that, the rest is, pure business.
Let's dive deeper and look at the other side of Cielo Eco Farm. The firm runs a skilling program that offers practical, hands-on training for young people and aspiring farmers who are interested in pursuing careers in agriculture.
Marina, it's nice to have you.
Nice to have you too.
All right, tell us more about the training and the skilling. What's the journey? What are we looking at here?
Well, we start by mobilizing from our community first, and then we mobilize on media, in media houses. We have radio stations, social media platforms, institutions, farm institutes that train these youth. And so we mobilize all those youth. We bring them here for a period of 20 days. We train them in hands-on activities for the different value chains we have. And there's a component of life skills. There's a component of agripreneurship from our partners.
Is there a particular demographic of youth you look at, or you mobilize pretty much any?
We work with youth in the western region, Greater Bushenyi. We have districts like Kasese, Bushenyi, Ashema, Buweju.
So who exactly do you train?
We train students that are completing their courses in these agri institutions we are talking about. We bring them here because they have learnt these things in school, and so we bring them here to do the practical part of it, and also to go back home and start something that they have been trained in.
The program is open to students from agricultural institutions as well as village youth, providing a unique opportunity for both groups to learn and share experiences.
We also train youth that are in our community that are also practicing these things. They are not doing well. So we bring them here, skill them more, encourage them more. There is a component of startups. We travel with them the journey. We train them, give them skill A, B, C, D, and so together they do better.
So would you say that the training and the skilling has had a great impact on the people here, and we've got a few success stories to share?
Oh yes, it has so much. We do follow-ups after they have trained. We give them a period of like a month, and then we go to their farms to see, are they implementing what they studied? Are they practicing them? what is lacking, because we go with the technical team, the people that train them, myself, the directors. They are given advice on what is not working, more help in form of startups, like I said. Yeah, actually from all that, they have been able to form an association. It's called LEAP-ME. That stands for LEAP-ME Learn, Enterprise, Associate, Produce, Package and all that, then Market and Earn. Okay. They are doing so well. They are getting connected with other organizations that are taking interest in what they are doing. They are really doing so well.
It's one thing to be told that we've trained, they've been successful. It's another thing to actually meet it. Today you're going to meet Janice, a product of the training and skilling at this farm. Janice, it's nice to have you.
All right, thank you. So I'm called Janice, a graduate from Chambogo University with a degree in land economics. I had finished school in 2022, done with campus, everything is, you're still looking for work. And then I hear about training at Cielo Eco Farm in dairy farming, basically animal fodder and feeding, really. So I decided to come here because I realized that I'm doing valuation, that's what I do. And I needed something that was going to give me an advantage over people who are out there already. So I decided, let me not just sit home, waste time doing other things or just looking for work. I could come here and actually gain a skill. So that's why I came. And from what I learned here, even with interacting with some of my classmates, is that so many youth out there are looking for jobs because it's the biggest thing that is facing our generation now. It's unemployment. It's all we talk about. All we talk about is unemployment. Most of the youth today think that farming or agriculture is not the way to go. Cielo Eco Farm has helped me see that it's actually a very good venture for us as youth. Instead of looking for jobs elsewhere, it's actually possible to generate money from farming and agriculture. There are some people who I had in my class that would say, I have a small piece of land from my parents, but I don't have what to do with it. And when I saw what this farm was doing, the different value chains, there's rabbitry, poultry, the dairy farming, they made it look possible that you can actually have a small piece of land and do something here and do something here and do something here, and you're able to earn money out of it. So it really made us feel like everything is possible. But from my classes alone, it was also able to help me develop my business skills. I currently run a business on my own. It's not really related to the animal fodder management. That was basically for my degree, because I could be able to value agricultural land better by knowing this. So for me, it really helped me. Yes.
So currently, other than the business, what more are you doing in regard to this?
In regard to this, because I do valuation, this knowledge has actually helped me. Whenever I'm valuing agricultural land, it's part of the calculations that we use to come up with a value for that property. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
You had it from here. It doesn't get any better than this. We'll take a small commercial break, and it's the expert opinion with Bukola Chemical Industries.
We have a hotel, a very beautiful hotel, very green with beautiful flowers.
You need power, you need reliable power. We do not have that here.
As is with any business, there are some challenges.
Right.
What are some of the challenges that you have here, and how are you dealing with them?
The biggest challenge we do have here is, one, power. We are not connected to the national electricity grid, and when you have these kinds of enterprises, you need power, you need reliable power. We do not have that here, so it's one of our biggest challenges. But other than that, at the macro level, one of the biggest challenges we have is the cost of feeds now. It's extremely high. The other one, of course, is market. For us, we are lucky. Our business model has business linkages. We have our own products going to the farm. But when you want, for example, to sell fish, the only heavy market we can rely on is the Mpondwe export market. And it's not easy to get that kind of market. So market, cost of feeds, for me, I think are number one. But leave alone also the cost of feeds, the quality of agrochemicals on the market. I think that's a terrible area that needs to be addressed with fake products and all that. All right.
Cielo Eco Farm and Agribusiness Development Center never ceases to amaze. It always finds a way to do things a little differently. Ben and his wife Naomi also operate an eco hotel that operates on environmentally friendly principles. The hotel and farm work together to promote sustainable tourism.
Just when you think you've heard it all, this farm hits you with something else. They've got their own model, the diversified business portfolio model, in and around the farm. And just around the farm, they've got the hotel running. We'll let Naomi give us a brief about this, the link to the farm and the impact that the farm has had or that the hotel has had on the farm.
Okay, thank you, Shira. Just like the MD has already spoken about diversification, we have a hotel, a very beautiful hotel, very green with beautiful flowers, and the eco farm has contributed a lot. We use manure from this eco farm. Yeah, another thing, we normally get tourists and also guests from the community and from everywhere. Yes, they all come to the hotel, and most of the time they want to have a different feel. So we normally bring them here in the eco farm, and they really feel good about it.
Okay. Yes. So we've got the farm, we've got tourism, we've got hotelier. There's no stopping you guys.
Thank you, thank you.
All right.
By working together, the Eco Hotel and firm are able to promote what they call responsible and sustainable tourism, while also supporting local communities.
I may say the eco farm cleans our hotel. So we have the leftovers. We normally feed our chicks, our hens and our ducks with these leftovers. They love it so much. Yes. So when you see them, they are really healthy. Yes, and it reduces costs for us of feeding them.
It seems worth it living on this farm. For the expert opinion from Bukola Chemical Industries, we have Dr. Moronji again on this show. It's nice to have you back.
Thank you.
All right, so we are looking at a farm that has embraced diversified model farming.
Okay.
Ben has a number of animals on the same farm.
Okay.
Would you say this is sustainable for starters?
Yeah, depending on how big the land is, I for one, I would think it's sustainable. I mean, you're looking at different enterprises. I'm thinking dairy farming, I'm thinking fish farming, I'm thinking poultry. So you have various income sources. In the event the dairy farm is not working, is not getting you maybe good money at the time, then maybe the poultry can chip in, then maybe the rabbits can chip in, or the fish for that matter. So I think, yes, it is sustainable, and I think it's a good venture. Okay.
Now, we'll look at some of the challenges that could arise from this.
Really, with farming as a whole, whether it is diversified or not, management plays a key role in how well your farm will do. Now, we understand that he's got guinea fowls and some of these wild birds, for that matter, that would be domesticated. So biosecurity could be one of the challenges he'll face, because I'd imagine if the guinea fowls went out of the farm and came back in, they would carry some diseases. Yeah, but for me, as long as his management is good, his biosecurity is good, and he follows a few maybe vaccination schedules, maybe the dewormings, he should be able to reap big.
Deworming, vaccination of all the animals.
Biosecurity basically is who can access the farm.
Who can access the farm?
Who
yes.
can access the farm. So more often than not, because we have these enterprises, we want to maybe show people, want to not in a bad way, want to teach people how to do certain things, and then we letting people come, and just not people, even other animals. Like I said, guinea fowls go out there, come back, you don't know what diseases they're carrying. These diseases you can be transmitted to the poultry. So biosecurity basically for me is who
Very
accesses the farm. And not just that, how well do you disinfect? Okay, people have come, how well do you disinfect? We usually ask people, or ask farmers for that matter, to have at least foot baths at the entrance of your farm, at the entrance of every enterprise for that matter. That way you will minimize spread of infections.
Okay.
Yes.
Interestingly enough, Ben has taken the initiative of putting the foot baths.
Okay.
It actually, he has 2 spots where he specifically states, please disinfect.
Yeah,
yes,
definitely.
interesting. And the good thing is the guinea fowls are domesticated. They do not leave the cage.
Yes.
But we see the rabbits running around, the chicken mingling with the guinea fowls.
Okay.
But as you said, as long as they're vaccinated, he's got a schedule. Everything will be all right.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Okay. So those are the challenges, and we've figured out how he can manage
Yes.
and mitigate these challenges.
True.
Other than that, it's sustainable.
Very, very sustainable.
He's the expert. What can we argue with? Thank you for watching. See you next week.